This video is for my YouTube pal Steve at Firehouse Custom Fab. If you'll recall, when I was doing the Cole Vise refurb series, Steve's the one that made the new custom jaws for that vise, and which is now mounted on the pump jack trailer. And again, thank you for that, Steve. Well, anyway, Steve recently featured a video where he was restoring a forge blower, because his intent is to get back into blacksmithing again. And as he was going through the restoration on that video, I got to looking at that and go, man, that looks familiar. Well, of course it does. My forge is a Champion blower and forge company made in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And it is Lancaster geared blower number 40. So this is the exact same blower that you have, Steve, only Lancaster made it for Champion blower and forge. Or at least they used Lancaster's gearing arrangement under license. I don't know. That'd be an interesting lookup. But this was my uncle's forge way back in the day. And I remember when I was a kid up in Tacoma, he and my aunt and my cousins all lived in Tacoma, Washington. I was from the Kitsap Peninsula. We'd go visit aunt and uncle and the cousins once in a while. This sat down in old uncle's basement for decades, and to the best of my memory, the only thing he used it for was for pouring lead sinkers for salmon fishing. Well, anyway, several years ago, the old Unc finally passed away, and this ended up in one of my cousin's yards, his yard art, and it sat there for a few months. In the meantime, Nancy and I had moved here to Arizona, and I was coming back up to Washington with my truck and trailer just to get one last load of our remaining items up there. And she got a hold of me and she said, "Hey, you want Dad's old forge? Because I know you do that kind of stuff, and it's sitting in the yard and it's rusting and gonna get destroyed if I just leave it there." And I said, "Well, of course, me being me." And so I got this out of my cousin's yard and brought it home. It's long before I had a YouTube channel, and I restored this. And I took this blower down to parade rest. I mean, I stripped it all apart, cleaned it up, painted it all up, oiled everything. Bearings and bushings and all that were really tight. And but Steve, unlike you, I painted the fan blade. What's remarkable about this forge, at least to me, is the design of the tweer. I've never seen one like this before, other than this old forge. And very unique design, and it does deliver air, and you don't have to turn that crank fast at all. Just barely move it, and you're getting air like mad. So the only thing I have left to do, I'm still trying to make up my mind if I should cut some fire brick to fit in there, or just get some refractory to put in the pan. The pan is only about 1/4 of an inch thick, maybe. And the reason why you would put refractory in there, or fire brick, is to keep this from getting too hot and cracking. I would never probably build a fire hot enough, in it to crack, but you never know. So anyway, yeah. And of course, there's the clean out there and all the other good stuff. That blower is held in place with a clamp arrangement, which is tightened with this handle right here, and it just clamps right onto the body of the forge, and you crank it and deliver air to the pan. And then, if you'll recall, quite a while ago, I redid this come on, Stuart, think. Post vise stand. I also restored that post vise, and think I did that before I had YouTube also. But I did do a video long ago on rebuilding this stand, because that used to be the stand for my old post vise, and I had to reconfigure it to fit this one. So as you can see by the paint scheme, my little blacksmith shop is pretty much the same color scheme. So anyway, there you go, Steve. Gosh, if you didn't live so far away in Georgia, you and I could probably spend a Saturday really banging on some iron, and I could probably learn a lot of good tips from you, since you actually did an apprenticeship for blacksmithing. Me, I just bought about 10,000 books on the subject and picked some old-timers' brains. And when our youngest son was about 8 years old, he saw a demonstration at Pioneer Village near Mount Rainier up in Washington, and a guy was banging iron, forge and anvil, and boy, he really got hooked. So tractor swap meets and garage sales and stuff like that, I wound up picking up quite a bit of stuff, and we banged iron for a while, father and son type thing. But yeah, there you go, Steve. These your blower and my blower are kindred spirits. I'll leave a link to Steve's video where he's working on that, his blower. I'll leave that in the description. So, okay, folks, thanks for watching. See you later.